Okay, well, welcome once more. Today we are going to be looking at 10 highly profitable KDP niches that you can add to your already existing KDP niches, or that you can, let's say you're just starting out with Amazon KDP and you're looking for profitable niches to actually start with. So you can start with this, right? So let us start first of all by talking about the important metrics you need to look out for. What are the things that really determines a profitable KDP niche? One of the things that really determines a profitable KDP niche is the size of other content, the size of other books or products that are being created by other Amazon KDP creators, right? So you want to look at how much, how much people have already created books on in this niche, right? So usually if a book has if it has a size of over 1,000, right? If it's over 1,000, it means that there is a lot of saturation already. So when you're looking from 2,000 upwards, it means that there is saturation already in that niche. And if you create books around that niche, you really may not be able to get, visibility on your products, right? But anything from 1,000 down below, is a good indicator that the book is profitable. However, um you might ask, and it is also true, that it is not all niches, or it is not all kind of books that have less than 1,000 that are necessarily profitable. There are other metrics you would also want to look out for, because what if you have a book um that is less than 1,000, but it is really not something that people are looking to buy, right? So one of the ways you can also determine if this is actually a good niche to work on, all right, aside from the number of books that are being, created, another thing you should also look out for is the popularity of that book. And one of the things you can actually do is to look at other books that are being created. Look at their you can look at the what's it called? You can look at the reviews they are getting, and also you can look at um their daily sales. Okay, so there are different tools you can actually use to do this. Like we have the Amazon it's actually been a long time I've done KDP, so a lot of these tools are really no longer available on my system. But then there are different tools you can actually use, and I think I'm going to be doing a new video to talk about those tools that you can actually use to help you, you know, determine all of this, when you're doing your research, when you're doing your niche research and all. But these niches I'm going to be talking about are niches that I've already done my research on, and they are actually profitable, because these are things that people are actually, because basically when you look at it, it is just about profitability just revolves around what people are really looking to buy, right? So you should know what people are really looking to get, what people are really looking to buy. If it's just like your everyday business, right? It's like your everyday, what's your everyday, what people will tell you every day before you actually start a business. Ensure that you start a business around a topic or around a product or service that a lot more people are looking to, patronize and all that. All right, so let's start by um looking at those niches. Remember, I told you that if you stay until the end of this tutorial, I have a free gift for you. And it's actually a book on how to become a bestseller on Amazon KDP. How do you bring your book to become a bestseller on Amazon KDP? That is the book I'm going to be giving you. It's a book I created sometimes back, and I'd like to share that with you. All right. So if you stay to the end of this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to access that book. So the first niche we are going to be looking at is chocolate journals. All right, so and to look at how, or if this book is going to be profitable, or if this niche is going to be profitable rather, we are going to be typing it in so that we can look at the searches and other metrics also to help us determine this. All right, so you want to use a tool, or um a Chrome extension called the AMZ Search Suggestion Expander, because what it's going to do is that it's going to help you expand your search. So more than what Amazon is going to give you here, the AMZ Search Suggestion Expander is going to expand your search so that you're able to see, those other terms or those other keywords that people are also searching, for that particular thing you're looking for with as well. So that is one tool that can help you with KDP, right? Another tool that can also help you with search volume and profitability is the book boats, right? I think that book boats have um they have both the free and the paid version. You can check it out on Google later on. So let's look at chocolate journals, all right? So I'll just come to my search and I'll type chocolate journal. So I just installed the search suggestion expander, but it really has not, I think it's not been properly installed. So it's really not showing up the way I wanted it to show. Usually it will expand your search and help you to see other things that other people are searching for. All right. So chocolate journal, we have chocolate notebook journal and all. So chocolate tasting journal. So you can see basically these are niches that people are really not looking at yet. Like there's not a lot of competition around these niches yet. So you want to capitalize on that to produce books around these niches. So let's look at chocolate journal to start with. Okay, we have 20,000 results actually. Now, what you can actually do is that you can narrow down on the results you see, all right? So we have chocolate journals, we have a lot of them, we have a lot of, you know, a lot of how do I put this now? We have different types that you can actually look out for. So if chocolate journal seems to be too broad, which actually it is actually too broad. And really, it is not all of these things you're seeing here that are actually, what people are really looking for. Some of them could be could be what's it called? Some of them could be journals, some of them could be notebooks, some of them could be, but basically you search with chocolate journal. So what we need to do is to narrow down our search, all right? So so we have chocolate tasting logbook. So we can look out for chocolate tasting logbook in the search. All right. So let's look for chocolate tasting. Okay, so now the AMZ suggestion expander is actually working now. So you can see how it's expanding my search, right? So chocolate tasting logbook. Let's see. Chocolate. Okay, we have chocolate notebook journal. Let's look out for this. So we have 528 results for chocolate notebook journal. So that is how you actually go about it. So this one has 4 reviews, and so you can just go through it and see the kind of books that people are creating around that topic, and then see how you can also create something unique for your own KDP business, right? So that is how you go about it. So you want to ensure that the results you're looking at is not too large, is not too broad, is not too competitive, all right? So that is how you get to, create books that are likely to sell on KDP, all right? So that is one. Chocolate, chocolate journal or chocolate notebook journals. Remember that you have to, do your search and narrow down on the one that is not so competitive, all right? So that's number one. So number two, let us look at travel journals and notebooks. So we are looking at travel journals and travel notebooks and what have you, all right? So let's look for travel journals. Now, this book is actually profitable and people would be looking out for it because, of course, people travel every day and they're looking for how to document their travel experiences, and they will definitely want to come down to KDP to get stuff like that, all right? So travel journal, let's look at. So we have travel journal for women, travel journal notebook, travel journal for kids, for teens, travel journal with prompts, travel journal for men and all. So what you can actually do is you can actually download these keyword suggestions and then start from the scratch to look at them, to look at which one is going to be, less competitive for you. All right. So let's look at this travel journal for women. Let's look at the size of it. So we have over 5,000 results. That's a lot. That's a lot. So but essentially it is profitable because a lot of people are looking to, get such materials. All right. So let's narrow down and look at other ones, other results. You can actually you can either narrow down from here or from the search, right? So so we actually have different types. We have different types that are being created by different people. Journals for women, travel journals for women, travel petite. Let's look at this petite planner, travel petite planner, travel petite planner. Let's look at that. Let's look at, okay. Travel petite journal. Let's look at what we have here. So we have over 2,000 results, which is actually still okay, right? So it's, for me, what I usually do is anything that is above 3,000, I may not do it, right? Because it might be too competitive. But if it's within 8,000 and 2,000, I might still try it, right? I might still try it. Then you also need to know that it is not all of these results that may actually produce that particular niche you're looking at. There might be other things, might be other searches that just, have similar keywords with this one. All right. So that is that for travel journal. So remember that you want to narrow down to ensure that you're getting those niches that not too competitive. All right. Travel notebook. Let's look at travel notebook. Okay, so we have travel notebook for kids, travel journal notebook, travel notebook for women, travel planning notebook. So let's look at this travel. Oh my goodness, and we have over 7,000 results. Okay, let's look at another one. Travel notebook kids. We have over 3,000 results for this one. Okay, so guys, I believe you get the gist of what I'm trying to talk about. So just ensure that you look out for those ones that are not so competitive, all right? And I believe that if you continue to search, you would see the one that is going to be less competitive. All right, so and that is number 2. Now let's look at the third one. We're going to be looking at temperature logbook, all right? So that's number 3, right? Temperature logbook. Let's search for it. Temperature logbook. So we have just 363 results. So all you just need to do is to go on to search out what people have created and what you can actually do with the information. All right. So let's look at this temperature monitoring book for restaurants, daily temperature log sheets for refrigerator, medical logbook. So we actually have different temperature logbooks. So you want to check out, what others have done and check out for the reviews they are getting and probably how much they are selling per day, and then look at how you can also create something unique for yourself. So that's number 3, right? Temperature logbook. Then number 4, let's look at petty cash books. Petty cash books for number 4. Petty cash books. So we have just about 438 results. All right. Petty cash book, ledger for petty cash recording, large and what have you. So this is for business owners, right? So and not a lot of, and of course, yeah, a lot of business people right now, searching for stuff like this to help them keep proper record of their day-to-day, business activities. So I think this would actually do well, and it's not very competitive, and you might want to capitalize on this now to actually create, books that people can buy and pay you for. Simple money management receipt book, 7 columns. So these are actually very interesting niches because I believe that business people will be looking out to get such things for their business. So that's number 4, right? Petty cash books is number 4. Now let's look at number 5, and we're looking at reloading data books. Reloading data books, right? So let's search it out and see what we have. Reloading data books. Reloading data logbook. Let's look at that. So we have let's see. So we have just about 158 results. Okay. Reloading data logbook. Make them perfect. This with hand reloading data log sheets. Track and record ammunition handling details. Okay, so what I think you also need to do is to just go through, what we have here, go through what people have created and see what reloading data logbook is really all about. Remember that the idea is to actually, create books around niches that a lot of people are not writing about. And also the idea is to create as many books as possible, right? Because you don't know which one is going to bring the best result, all right? So we've talked about 5 so far. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you want to do that right now, because we create videos like this all the time showing you how to make use of the internet to make money. All right, we also talk about other stuffs, like Facebook ads and all that. All right, so if you're also finding this video interesting, please do not forget to like the video and share it with others who may be looking out to get, stuffs like this, also showing them how to be successful with Amazon KDP. All right. Now, the sixth one we're going to be looking at is child custody journal. Let's look at it. Child custody journal. Now, you know that Amazon KDP is actually accessed by a lot of people globally, all right? And you know that in the Western world, especially, people, people fight a lot over the custody of their children. So there are people who might be looking out for, or people who might be looking out to buy stuffs or books that they can actually document their journeys on. Like, it's actually a very emotional journey, fighting for the custody of your child and all that. So such books like this can actually help parents to document their experience, and they might actually be looking out for onto Amazon to get such things. All right. So let's look at child custody logbook or child custody journal. Let's look at child custody logbook. Let's see. So we have just over 1,000 results. It's actually still a good place to start. All right. And what you want to do is to go over what you have here. We also have child custody journal, child custody. Okay, so this is actually a very good niche to start with. So we have a couple of interesting books here already, and I believe that if you do yours, um you would actually get to make sales, right? So you just want to search what we have on the first page and create something unique for yourself, all right? So that is number 6. Then let's look at number 7 already. And in number 7, we are going to be looking at maintenance logbook, right? Maintenance logbook. So I said I have a free gift for you. For those who are going to be staying until the end of this tutorial, I'm going to be telling you how you're going to be getting access to that book that I'm going to be giving you access to, which is the book on how to become a best-selling author on Amazon KDP. All right, so let's look at the 7th one, which is the maintenance logbook. So maintenance logbook. So we actually have different kinds of maintenance logbook. We have vehicle maintenance logbook, we have home maintenance logbook, we have auto maintenance logbook, pool maintenance logbook. So people are looking to maintain different things, all right? So you want to actually search through these niches and see which one has less competition and which can actually pitch your tent on, all right? So to create books that are going to be sellable for you. So let's look at this vehicle maintenance logbook. So we have just over 1,000 results. You can actually go on with that. Let's look at other results we have. Let's look at home maintenance logbook. Okay, auto maintenance. Let's look at auto maintenance logbook. We have just about 779 results, and you know that people have you can't even count the number of people who use cars in the world, right? And you know how that maintaining cars and maintaining automobiles really comes with its own headaches, all right? So people might be looking out to get such books that would help them to keep record of the maintenance of their automobiles or stuff like that, all right? So if you don't want to do automobiles, you can do home maintenance, you can do pool maintenance, you can do furniture maintenance and stuff like that, all right? So that's the 7th niche so far. All right, so let's look at the 8th one, which is spirituality. Let's look at, yeah, I know that it's actually a very broad niche. Spirituality is a very broad niche, but then we are going to be able to niche it down. All right. So if I type spirituality, okay, spirituality. So we have okay, let's look at spirituality journal or something. We have spirituality journal for women. So let's look at that. We have over 10,000 results. Now that's actually too much, right? So let's look at spirituality logbook. Spirituality logbook. Or let's look at Christian spirituality logbook. Christian spirituality logbook. Do we have anything like that? Okay, we just have about over 200 results, right, for Christian spirituality logbook. Christian spirituality, 5 years of something. So these are basically the Christian niche, right? So you can look at what we have here and then see what you can do for yourself. So most of the books here are really old. I'm seeing books from 1999. Amazing. So books from this niche are really old, except for this one that says Sunday School Attendance Logbook, Attendance Record and Weekly Lesson. So, okay, so you can even see that this has brought about a whole different niche that you can work on: Sunday School Attendance Record and Weekly Lesson. So this has brought about a different niche you can work on. So basically, while you're doing your niche research, while you're doing your niche research, using these niches I've brought about as a basis, you can actually come across different other niches that you can work on. So what you need to do is to just, write them down or download them, or just put it somewhere you can actually remember so that you can work on them later on. All right. So that's how you actually get to be successful with Amazon KDP. Then we have Dictionary of Christian Spirituality. This one is from 2023. We have other ones from 2023 as well. So you just need to go through and see what other creators are doing and what you can do better. All right. So that's that. So I think this is the 9th one, and then we're going to be looking at the 10th one. We're going to be looking at the 10th one, which is gardening. All right. So let's look at gardening. Gardening. I've once done a book on gardening. I think I did a book on vegetable gardening now. I can't remember, right? But let's look at gardening journal. So if you have if you want to plant a garden, maybe at the back of your house, you can actually, you know, um, people who are actually looking to start a backyard garden or a home garden can actually get books like this for themselves, where they can be documenting their experiences, right? So it can be bee gardening, it can be farm or tomato gardening or fruit gardening or whatever it is, right? So just look out for what we have here. So we have gardening journal planner. So it can even be a gardening planner also, right? So let's look at this gardening journal for women. This is going to be enormous. Okay, it's not even much. We just have about 1,000 results, right? So you can see that this is not very competitive, and I think it's a niche that people will be looking out to buy because, like everybody's preaching going green and all that, and a lot of people are looking at um, planting what they eat, as against buying from, market and all, where you're not even sure of the production process, right? So I think a lot of people are actually looking at, planting gardens and all that. So you can actually capitalize on that to create books around gardening and all that, right? So that's about the 10 profitable KDP niches that you can work on for the rest of this year. Now, as a bonus point, you might also want to create books around, the different holidays that are going to be happening for the rest of this year. We have Christmas, which is going to be, at the tail end of the year. Depending on which country you're actually watching this from, we have different holidays for different parts of the world, right? So you might also want to look at your calendar to check out the different holidays that you may be having. But it is always better to create books, KDP books around global events, around global holidays like Christmas and New Year, all right? Because a lot of people are actually looking to maybe buy gifts for themselves or look at how to, get gifts for their loved ones, and they'll be looking for materials to either guide them or to document their experiences with, all right? So you want to actually ensure to create books around global holidays like that, all right? So like I said, I have a free gift for you if you stay until the end of this tutorial. I actually want to tell you how to, assess your free gifts, all right? So all you just need to do to get that book is there is a link in the description of this video. All you just need to do is to follow that link and chat with me on WhatsApp. Tell me that you want me to give you access to how to become an Amazon KDP bestseller. Becoming an Amazon KDP bestseller comes with a lot of perks, right? So it means more sales ultimately, all right? So I'm going to be giving you that book, giving you access to that book, showing you how to become an Amazon KDP bestseller, all right? And this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain on this tutorial today. I hope that you've learned a lot. Funnily enough, I can't even remember all the 10 niches I've talked about so far, but I believe that if you go back to this video, because I actually was talking in my head, really, though I have done my research, but I just came across them and all. So if you go through this video again, I believe that you should be able to get a good grip of all we've discussed about so far and the different niches that you can work on for your Amazon KDP business for the rest of the year. All right. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel and you've watched until the end of this video, please just do me a favor. Kindly subscribe and like this video as well so that YouTube can show it to more people who are looking to, you know, um, you know, gain the kind of knowledge that you have also gained from watching this video. All right. So all the best and bye for now.